everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review for Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. Now, despite living a pretty sheltered life, Skye has made quite the reputation for herself, constantly rebelling against her mother's strict rules. And now that she's moving from homeschool to high school to public high school, she has to kind of confront that reputation. But when she meets Holder, a guy with a reputation that rivals her own, she finds herself really curiously attracted to him and can't really figure out why. She feels like she's just so compelled to him and has to talk to him and see where their relationship goes from there. I hate synopsizing contemporary books because it's all like the girl meets the guy and she has a strange attraction and it can't be denied and swoon. The writing of this book was good, if a little corny at times. I do like Colleen Hoover's writing. It's really easy to read and to really get engrossed in. I find her books are very easy to read in one sitting. This one I was reading during finals, so I didn't read it in one sitting, but every other one I have just not been able to put down, and I just keep on flipping and flipping and flipping. But they are really compelling, but they, at the same time, like I said, a little bit corny, but that's kind of to be expected with any romance, especially if it's new adult. It's gonna be a little bit corny. The one thing that I hated was most of the characters' names, and that's kind of personal preference. I understand it's apparently Colleen Hoover's thing, but I just hate it when authors name their characters stupid things. Like, the friend in this book's name was 6. Like, that's dumb. I don't like it. And her name used to be 7, but then she changed it to 6. Like, come on. As far as the characters go, I felt like Skye was a really interesting character, but at the same time she was really hard to read because she was super erratic. You never really knew what she was going to do, and she felt sure of herself, but at the same time not. But I do think that really worked for her, especially as the plot began to unfold. It really made sense, and it became kind of easier to read. Holder was definitely a really interesting, odd character. I found him to be very, very difficult to figure out, and I kind of hated him up until a certain point where it kind of made sense why he was acting the way that he was. But before that, I was kind of like, ugh, about it. I don't know, he was really confusing. I felt like he had dimension to him, but at the same time, he was just kind of the typical James Dean character. Now, the plot for this one was really, really odd for me. The first part of the book felt really... there was unnecessary drama, and it was just kind of thrown in there for plot reasons, and it just felt like there wasn't a lot happening. Like, it was like insta-love like crazy, but then it didn't really make sense. The relationship wasn't really developing. They weren't really learning about each other, which was weird. And then there was like a certain point where the book, it felt like I was reading a completely different book. I felt like there was a lot of lack of cohesion in the plot, and that really kind of bugged me. Like, the first part was just senseless drama and quickly building up this romance, and then the second part was just absolute chaos that kept on getting more chaotic. I just felt like there was too much difference between the two parts of the book, and it led to a lack of cohesion in the plot that kind of made the book fall a little bit flat for me. I feel like if there had been more seriousness scattered throughout rather than the senseless drama that was in the first part, it would have been able to fit together more, but because it wasn't like that, it was just a little bit difficult to feel like it was the same book. And throughout the book, I had issues with the drama. Like I said, a lot of it was just completely senseless, but at the same time, I felt like their relationship at times seemed to be a little bit, not a little bit, a lot unhealthy, and it was kind of difficult for me to read about that, but it did kind of take a turn. But at the same time, I think it was a little bit too unhealthy in the beginning, and I found it really difficult to read. It was just really confusing, and after the end, it's just really odd, and I don't really know what to make of it. It was just kind of one thing after the other. The relationship didn't make too sense. I liked the relationship, but then I felt like I shouldn't like it because it seemed really just weird. I don't know, this book was really confusing for me. Overall, I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It does kind of sound like I absolutely hated it, but I didn't. I liked aspects of it. I liked the characters. I just didn't really like them together. Just the way that their relationship developed was really uncomfortable for me. And at the end, I felt like the drama it was like escalating, and then it just went woo, and then it was like, oh, you think that's not enough? Woo! Like, it was way too much for me, and it was a little bit difficult. I don't know. It made it really hard to read, and just, yeah. I did ultimately like the book, but I just felt like there was a real disconnect in the plot that didn't work for me at all. And the characters, I liked them individually, but the relationship was just a little bit hard for me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts on this book. If you liked it or if you didn't, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!